Hello, thanks for stopping by the MAC weather page for this Thursday, July 14th, and we got a nice, bright, sunshiny start to the day. We'll have a few clouds today. It's still going to be quite muggy out there, and we'll have high temperatures, I think, in the low to mid 80s to the north, mid to upper 80s down south. Can't rule out maybe a shower or thunder shower in the morning hours, especially across southeast lower Michigan over in Ontario. But overall, the next 72 hours looks quite dry. Our next best chance of rain looks like it'll come late Sunday into late Monday. And the headlines, muggy but not as warm today. And then we have a nice weekend. It'll be a little bit cooler. And then more heat returns late next week when we could see some more 90-degree temperatures. If we look at the normal highs, the normal high is 83. Our normal low is 59. And you can see the all-time record high here in mid-Michigan was 108 degrees set back in that warm year of 1936. If we look at the conditions around the area yesterday, you can see many areas picking up measurable precipitation. Newaygo doesn't show anything, but you can see 4/10 down here at Blissfield and Jasper, almost a half inch. And St. Thomas now has recorded measurable precipitation 7 straight days now at 0.42. Yesterday was a nice rain, and they certainly need that. They can use quite a bit more, and they'll get a little bit more, I think, today, maybe a few hundredths or a tenth or so, up to 7/10 over at London. And again, pretty good rainfall across the area. Second day in a row, and this has been a good week for area farmers as far as moisture goes. And you can see high temperatures mainly in the mid to upper 80s across the north and low 90s in the south yesterday. And if we look at the next map, you can see driving home from Elma yesterday, we had plenty of showers and thunder showers across the area, again, dropping around a quarter of an inch to as much as 4/10 of an inch around the mid-Michigan area. And again, that was a pretty nice shower coming through. And you can see on the way home as the sun came out, a rainbow. This picture doesn't really do it justice, but this was between Elma and St. Louis. And if we look at the 90-degree days, we're now up to 5 here and also at Jasper, 4 in Blissfield, and 3 in Middleton. So we're starting to rack up some of those 90-degree days. We'll take a little bit of a break from that. Not impossible. Far southeast lower Michigan could touch 90 today, but I think they'll hold into the upper 80s. And then I think our next chance of seeing 90-degree weather will come probably around next Thursday and Friday. As it looks right now, that could change. But certainly the heat looks like it's going to build back into the area late next week. If we look at some of the severe weather reports yesterday, mainly across eastern, southeastern, lower Michigan, most of the activity, though, back in Illinois and Missouri, where they had some reports of exceptionally strong damaging winds in parts of east central Illinois. Also some large hail reports back here in Oklahoma. Lots of wind reports, though, of damage of 60 miles per hour or greater across that area. And across the MAC area this morning, you can see temperatures still mighty warm out there, upper 60s to low 70s. And we've got some pretty high dew points also. You can see across the Great Lakes, temperatures in the 70s and 60s across much of the state. So a very warm, muggy start to the day. And until that cold front comes through, it's going to be rather uncomfortable. Again, one more muggy day today. Not quite as warm as yesterday. And again, you can look at some of these dew points in the upper 60s, even 70 degrees here in the Breckenridge area this morning. If we look at the radar this morning, you see that area of showers and thunderstorms that moved through the area that gave us our rain last night has now moved off to the east. Still some activity across southwest Ontario this morning. And then we're looking at another front that's going to be dropping through the area as we get into tomorrow. It's going to be kind of moisture starved, so there could be a couple of sprinkles, maybe even an isolated thunderstorm. But overall, it looks like the next 72 hours are going to be quite dry, I believe. And again, you can see we showed this graphic yesterday, how dry it's been in St. Thomas, but we certainly did get some rain to help there. Now up to about 42% for the 3 months, nearly half the normal rainfall for the month. Again, that's quite a bit behind, but they at least made a little progress yesterday. And you can see, though, much of the area, this has been a nice July with some amounts up near double of what we normally would have for this time of year, and that's good coming off a very dry June. If we look at the forecast map for this morning, you see that cold front is going to be slicing through the area, and that should bring some lower humidity and dew points into the area by late in the afternoon. It's going to be a windy day. We could see winds gusting around 30, 35 miles per hour, so it's going to be quite breezy, and then the winds will slowly diminish late tonight. And then by tomorrow, looks like we'll have that secondary cold front coming through the area. Again, not impossible. It could touch off a shower, maybe even an isolated renegade thunderstorm, but overall, looks like a pretty dry pattern coming up here right through the weekend until we get into late in the weekend on Sunday. And you can see on Saturday's map, mainly dry across much of the state. And again, our next precipitation looks like it'll come late Sunday. The WPC's 72-hour outlook calls for much of the MAC and LAC areas to be dry. Some of this precipitation mainly this morning across southwest Ontario. And then day 4 and day 5, that would be from around midday Sunday to midday Tuesday. It looks like a pretty good chance of about a quarter to half inch, maybe even a little bit more, as we expect our next round of showers and thunderstorms to move into the area at that time. Thanks for stopping by and have yourself a great day, and 73s to all.